There's a great quote from Jean-Paul Sartre. He said, "I've led a toothless life. I have never bitten into anything. I was waiting. I was reserving myself for later on, and I have just noticed that my teeth have gone."
Me personally, my greatest successes, I mean like most, but just the most qualitative successes I've had mine, are when I'm not asking permission. Not in any anti-way, just, no, I'm not apologizing. There's nothing to apologize for. I'm not apologizing, and I'm not asking permission. Not even being able to say it out loud, but just knowing it. No, There's no permission going to be asked from me on this.
People tell me all the time, it's hard to get wealthy. It's hard to grind. It's hard to be focused. How do you even do these speeches? It's hard to stay motivated. It's hard to stay broke. It's hard to stay depressed. It's hard to stay governed by anxiety. It's hard to be inconsistent. It's hard not to have daily disciplines. It's hard not to believe in yourself. It's hard to be broke. It's hard to be poor. It's hard. It's all hard. So choose your heart. See, everything changes. The economy changes. Relationships changes. We change mentally and emotionally and physically, and you are either dying or you are either living.
A big part of me learning how to become a decent diver was trying to raise that ceiling, and I was especially afraid when it was time to try a new dive. I would waste a lot of time in practice. Sometimes it would be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. One practice, I stood on the board for 45 minutes and I wouldn't go. And Eric finally said to me, he said, "Adam, are you going to do this dive?" And I'm like, "Ever?" Like, yes, of course, one day I will do this dive. And he said, "Great, then what are you waiting for?" I've heard that voice in my head every time I've been afraid to take a risk, and I've been hesitating to go outside my comfort zone.
All that fear that's in your head, all the what ifs and the scenarios that you create inside your own mind that are way worse than anything that is actually going to happen, they all disappear when you go. So the same fear that we all build up for whatever that thing is, whether it's going on stage or whether it's jumping out of an airplane or whether it's taking risk with some kind of a business situation, well, the more you sit there and think about it, the worse it's going to get in your own head.
No matter what you are going through in life, how sad you are, how much pain you're feeling, the trauma that you're going through, you are strong enough to see another day. And it's not about being 100% every single day. It's about just showing up. That's what I do. No matter what the odds, no matter how I'm feeling, I show up every single day. And by showing up every single day and doing what I do, I believe it gives me more than happiness.
I think about the people that I really admire are people who work for years and years on things. And I just think about what it must be like to be in the wilderness that long, to just show up every single day and work on a thing and not get any recognition or appreciation for that thing, to not know if you're heading in the right direction or not, the kind of character and determination that takes. And so, you know, you just do the thing. If people like it at the end, that's great.
I believed with every fiber of my being that I was going to become this massive, successful artist. The outcome was non-negotiable. It was inevitable. And when something's inevitable, the choices aren't choices. They're just, I was living in the process. It was the identity alignment. It was, this is who I'm becoming, and this is what that person does. Yeah, if you tell somebody, hey, in 6 months, you guaranteed are going to have the best physique of your life, you're just going to do the things every day that are required to get to that point.
What is it that you can do today to get closer to the fulfillment of that future? Every single day, I'm beating on my craft. Every single day, I'm looking to become more than I was yesterday. And so you may be average, you may be ordinary, but you have the opportunity every single day to make extraordinary decisions.
None of us are gonna be 100% every single day. Life is always gonna challenge us. Life is gonna always come after us. But life is a beautiful gift, and we all got to live it every single day.
When I go to bed at night, if I took steps forward, and it comes in many different forms. It could be I built relationships today. So I built on my mental stability today. I've grown to open my scope at what productivity is. But I know if I'm, taking steps forward, that I'm making myself proud. It's easy for me to fall asleep at night, and it's easy for me to get up in the morning and try to do it again.
If I could live a life full of pleasure, full of enjoyable moments, no pain, no suffering, I would wish for eternal life for sure. It is the greatest thing that actually can happen to you. You're spending this life on earth, and the only thing that you have is a pleasant life. But the reality is not like that. The reality is we have pleasant moments, we have joyful moments, we have healthy moments, we have enriching moments. But at the same time, we're also facing something where we could absolutely live without it if we would have the choice. The fact of losing people, the fact of being betrayed, the fact of being judged, being insulted, being discriminated, being hurt. Many ways that do not feel pleasant. Isn't there a way how to find a proper perspective upon life to understand what is it that I am embedded in order to still try my best and reduce the amount of unpleasant or suffering, what we refer to it. This is the whole idea about it. Many people haven't gotten to the point yet to really understand that just like we train our muscles and go to the gym to achieve something, there are also areas about us, human beings, let's say, that also need to be trained. And all of this taken together, I refer to as self-mastery. Because no matter, you might change your job one day, you might change the location where you're living, the surrounding is gonna change, the people that you're dealing with is gonna change, but there's always one thing that always remains the same, which is you always carry yourself along the way. So you can't escape yourself. You can't escape your dark sides. You can't escape your pain and your suffering and everything that in a way is triggering you also. If I wished that I would have lived this life and I just have joyful and pleasant moments. No regret, no sorrow, no fear, nothing of that. The reality is not like that. The reality is that every human being at some point is facing all of this. I used to think I would never arrive or be at the place where I am right now without all the things that happened in the past. Because at some point, the sorrow or even the regrets, they have been so painful in a way that I was left only with like two choices. Number one, you learn from what went wrong. And number two, and this is I do think is a very hard part, it's the part of learning to let go by forgiving. Forgiving two areas. In case somebody is involved, you forgive the one that is involved, but foremost, you forgive this one. So we always think about how should we forgive like other people, which is already very hard, but it's even harder to sometimes forgive yourself. But You can't move into the future. You cannot move on if you still carry old baggage inside of you. Yeah, and this is where I feel like it must be learned. It's a very, very interesting question. And why? Because this answer of what is it that you are identifying yourself with also gives you the answer, how do I reduce the suffering of this lifetime? That is essentially what all of this is about.
In due time, in due season, when it's ready, when it's time for you, whatever it is, financially, socially, personally, economically, whatever the time, when it's time, your harvest will come.
Yeah, I think you need to deploy some patience. That's all. I'm sure you have plenty of ambitions. I'm sure you have things you want to prove to yourself and to others. We all do. But patience is the absolute secret sauce to all of this.
I was able to tolerate external uncertainty. I was able to tolerate lack of external evidence because I gave myself the certainty. I knew I was going to make it. I didn't need the external validation. My own internal certainty was enough.
And when people say to me, like, what's the one piece of advice you give to an aspiring creator? And, patience. Like, patience above because, like, if you're not willing to give up, if you're willing to stick with it forever, you will find success or you'll die trying.
Sometimes I try to play God and I'm like, well, I know best and it needs to work out this way, and if it doesn't work out this way, then it's wrong. No, I firmly believe when you surrender to the timing of your life, magic unfolds, magic happens.
I used to think it was patience because every 22-year-old wants it tomorrow. Every 40-year-old wants it tomorrow. We just lack patience. People lose because they think it's going to happen fast when life is long.
It's easy to feel like we're stuck in patterns or that the circumstances around us control our future. But the truth is, the power lies in the decisions that we make every single day. Making decisions isn't always easy. It requires discipline, patience, and stepping out of our comfort zones. It means choosing to do the right thing, even when it feels easier to give up.
In due season, in due time. And part of this is to develop the patience so that when it's time, it will come. But you cannot be impatient. Patience is part of the game here. You got to plant and wait and exercise patience. And then when it comes time, you give it nourishment and you give it care and you give it protection, and then you got to wait some more and you got to wait some more and you got to wait some more.
If you make the effort to sit down and design a new life, and you make it the most important thing, and you spend time every day feeding it like a gardener feeds a seed, you will produce fruit. But most people stop because they look for the results in their world after a small amount of effort. And when they don't see those results, they immediately discount its possibility. And yet, right on the other side of that is the potential still existing.
The truth of the matter is, some of the stuff you want, you're not ready for. Maybe you need a little bit more time to work on your patience. Maybe you need a little more time to develop your character.
We must understand that we have to put something into it to get something out of it. It's going to be a process, and this takes time. And you must be willing to have the patience to get to the next level in your life.
You don't just wake up and just rocky the shit. You gotta wake up and think about, there's a process to getting better. And that process is never finished. So every morning starts with a run. And that's because that's the one thing I hate to do more than anything in the world. So that's like my cup of coffee. like a person's going to war. You put your body armor on. That's what I'm doing on that run. I'm waking up and I'm giving myself all this armor so when I come out in the world, I'm ready.
I made the choice to get up early and run, but today's another day. Today's another day that I'm faced with another choice to make. So make the right decision.
So during the morning time, I build the armor. I face the world. Because now I know there's gonna be some disappointments along the way every day. That's life. But if you face disappointments already in victory, the things I can control is I can control my run. I can control how my house looks, how my world is. I can control that. So I've won. Open my door of life. Life starts to beat me down. I'm facing it with the body armor that I created. Mental hardening, mental toughness, it's a perishable skill. Just because you went through some training once and you got through it, doesn't mean it lasts fucking forever. And that's where most people hated me in my life, because I realized that.
Try to be 10% better than you were last week. So if you're running 30 miles a week, run 33. If you're swimming 500 meters, swim 550. And some of you aren't doing, you're 10% just getting off the fucking couch. Come on. Get it. 17. They don't know me, son. 18. They don't know me, son. Get it. 19. They don't know me, son. Yeah. 20. You got some more in you. 21. Yeah. Get it again. Come on. We want to see it.
What's amazing about the human mind is that it becomes your new norm. Like to think that I can run 200 miles, 240 miles, and that becomes like running 50. I never thought that was possible. This is why I'm always pushing that limit, because I know that within pushing these limits, there's always more.
What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear was dying that 300-pound man. Never knowing I could be who I am today.
Where are you going to end up if you quit this shit? Where are you going to go? And these are the things you have to think about in a 1-second decision. It's about gaining control of your mind, putting things back in the proper perspective, and then saying, I really do want to be here, and I'm going to have a bunch of these 1 seconds through this 130-hour journey. And I have to learn to control these, because if I fail one of these 1 seconds, I will not be a SEAL. It's all about your mind takes control of you. You have to say, you, I run this motherfucker. And that's what that's all about.
This isn't for glory.
No. This is now for the fact that you can. So you can sit here and not and think about that for a whole year until you come back here and do this. Or you can go out there for yourself and take some kind of pride in knowing that you could and you did.
You have one life. And the most scary thing for me in the world is the look of regret on somebody who's over 80 years old.
You got one life to live.
The scariest thing in the world is when I meet somebody over 80 years old and they have regret because time is really close to running out and there's not a lot more they can do.
To me, you only have one life. The scariest thing to me, more than like being broke for a little bit, is like living a life that you don't want to live.
We're all privileged in a sense because we all get one life and then we get given different gifts. And it's not better, worse, or the same. It's just different.
Look, as best we know it, we have one life. In it, you have to trust your own voice, your own ideas, your honesty, your vulnerability. And through this, you will find your way. You do not have to be fearless. Just don't let fear stop you.
I will never wish for fewer epic stories at the end of my life. And I've never regretted failures. I've always regretted things that I didn't try.
Like, life is happening right now. It's not about waiting for personal growth to be over. It's not about waiting for something. Life is not happening in future. It is happening right now. And this is something that I need to permanently remind myself of.
You got one life to live. Rain, sleep, or snow. The time is now. The question is, why are you here?
And what are you going to do about it?
The nightmare is to reach our 60s, our 70s, our 80s, or even our deathbed, and to talk about everything we should have done. We talk about all the things we wanted to do, but never got it done. That's the nightmare.
One life, one at bat, one time. I just don't want to see that regret in my eyes that I see in so many. Straight up, for 90% of you, this is the greatest year of your life right now. That's just the truth.
These right now are the golden years. I think that it's quite likely when you look back that these times right now will be the ones that you cherish.
Everything that happened yesterday back means nothing. The biggest reason most humans in here will not be happier tomorrow is you will spend tomorrow talking about something that happened 4 years ago, 7 years ago. Your mom did this, your brother stole this money. You have one life.
One chance at this world.
We all have two lives. The second begins when you realize you only have one.